Hi, welcome to the Market Alert for Wednesday, the 25th of March 2020. For those of you that have been following me for many years on YouTube under Pinpoint Trader, I've updated this to Omni Market Alerts purely and simply because, as you've seen in the Market Alerts, we've included a lot with regards to what's happening in the markets broader than just the Dow Jones, which will still be included, as will any other markets. But with the unfolding debt situation, the printing of money and all of that sort of stuff, I wanted to bring everything together under one roof, and that's what I've done. Now, yesterday I brought over some videos that I recorded on another channel called The End of the Financial Road that I recorded in 2016. There was part 1, part 2, and what I've done is record a part 3 as well now, bringing the other 2 episodes and parts up to speed with what's happening. In fact, when you watch these videos, it's like watching a script unfold in part 3. So please have a look, and let's continue forward with sort of the unfolding story here in the one place with all of the usual content as well. So let's kick off and have a look at yesterday. So the Dow squeezes to the best day since 1933, apparently. It was a pretty good move, over 2,000 points. Gold soars as dollar dips. And we'll see whether this continues. And I think this is based on the rumour of Pelosi's 2.5 trillion counter proposal to Congress to make sure everybody has money. We'll see. The madness continues as far as that is concerned. But we can expect a bounce in this. Also, I've spoken about the metals markets many times as well. Something really odd happened in these yesterday as well, with silver moving higher. I'm going to do a bit more investigation in this, and then I'll report on this in tomorrow's market alert. So let's have a look, see what the markets did yesterday. And this is the daily chart, and we can see prices moving sharply to the upside. Overnight, prices are sideways. So the so-called buying seemed to evaporate overnight. But we are due for a dead cat bounce, as I said in yesterday's market alert. And this is always the case. You'll get a situation where the markets will move higher, probably to the 20-bar moving average. That's going to be key in any sort of bounce. So if the prices bounce up to the 20 bar, they then close back, then we're likely to see another run to the downside. So a dead cat bounce gives you the opportunity to short the market after it's moved to the upside and not moved any further. A bit like here, you can see there had the first dead cat bounce, then the market moved lower, and now it looks like we're having a bit of another one at the moment. But watch the 20 bar moving average to gauge it. In the 5-minute chart, you can see yesterday was a bet all the way, really. There was a bit choppy in the pre-markets session there on the electronic. You can see all of the retracements that we normally get. And then as we got into the main events, it was just a one-way bet, and the market continued to move to the upside there. Just to give you an idea of the move, this would be the close. Where's the close of the session? 1945, 8 o'clock at the moment. So we get 1160 points. Still massive moves on the Dow at the moment. Very difficult to intraday trade because of the size of the stop losses that are required to hold the position. Meanwhile, the volatility has pulled back slightly. Sorry, no, it hasn't. It actually increased, which is odd. It was 61 yesterday. Now we're at 62.55. So it's interesting that a 2,000 point rise in the Dow and the volatility is actually increased. I'm not reading too much into this at this point, but very interesting nonetheless, because normally this would go the other way. But then again, nothing's quite normal at the moment. And there we're still above the 20 bar moving average, which is this one. I'll change the colours on this actually just to make it a bit easier to see. This is obviously the Dow 20 bar, and this is the volatility 20 bar. So we've got a bit to go yet. And then in the treasuries, these still moving to the upside. as I've said before, we're heading for not just a recession now, but interestingly enough, the 2008 crash, if you're not aware of it, is called the Great Recession. And this, as Gerald Salenti said in his interview this morning with Greg Hunter, the Trends Journal guru, he said that it's going to be called the Greatest Depression, never mind the Great Depression. And I tend to agree with him. As well, as I said yesterday, my concern is after the coronavirus, the financial devastation is going to be something else. But like I say, I don't want to get into the politics of that. So yeah, that's where we are. Let's have a quick look at the overnight, see what the market's doing. There's been some interesting volatility here, and I'm not sure what's going on. Now, there was a say in the metals market, there was a very strange move down to 844 in silver, but I don't know if it's actually correct. Let me just bring this up. If we have a look at silver, we've got this spike to the downside. And oddly enough, I had this marked up just in case this happened to put a buy limit in at 827. I drew this line because it goes back in the monthly chart. And I don't think this is correct. I know there is a problem in the metals markets with the delivery of physical. A lot of people that had the paper contracts, the GLDs and so on, the ETFs, want to take physical delivery and they can't find the silver to fulfill it, and there's a bit of a premium going on at the moment. So very strange. Like I say, I don't know whether this is correct or not. It isn't showing up on the exchange as this happening, so I don't know whether it's a blip on the MT4 platform. So until I find out, I can't really state one way or the other. But yeah, very odd. Anyway, that's what I'm looking into at the moment with regard to this. This is going to be a trade and a half. There's no doubts about this one. I will do a separate video on this because the markets, as you can see, are way down in the lows. We're down at the 2008s, and that's why I put this bar. I was going to put the buy limit order in, and I didn't. I wished I had, because if this is correct, it would have been fantastic. But there's a long way to go in silver on the upside. It's so undervalued. You can't buy the physical, as I've said before. In the market alerts, it seems to have dried up, and silver mines have closed as well. Silver is used in industry primarily, but it also has a monetary value. And when things eventually start to move again, they've got to. There's going to be a shortage of silver for industrial products like phones, etc. But anyway, I'll look into this a bit more and report on this tomorrow. Okay, that will do it for this one. If there is anything else to report, I will let you know. But otherwise, don't forget the new, I'll say new videos. They're new to this channel. The 3 videos here. Have a look, and again, you'll see what was foretold 3 years ago is now coming to fruition. Okay, that's it. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.